All right. Welcome, Chen. You are on.
Can you
Okay.
hear my guitar?
Yes, we can hear your guitar.
Okay, great.
Okay, so to everyone who is listening, whether it's live or afterwards the recording, so thank you very much for giving the time. I'm Chen Pundak. Now I'm speaking at the moment from Tel Aviv, Israel. In the last few years, I've been living in New York City. On October 7 last year, I was there in New York City, and doing that, before October 7, I've met, one of the friends that I've met is Elad, an Israeli that's been living outside of Israel for a few years. He was for a business trip in Israel on October 7. He immediately decided to join the army, join his unit, and he first was in the Otef for 2 days after October 7. Then he went to Lebanon. Then he asked to enter to Gaza Strip with his unit. He came back to New York after a few months, and then he came again. This is now his third round overall. Probably he's been in the army as a reservist now for more than half of the last year. He's doing all of this voluntary. If you live in outside of Israel, you don't have to come to service. But he's doing that because, as you are well aware, we are in a very serious situation. Now, like Elad, there are many, I don't know all of the members of his unit, but I'm sure that all of them has the same story of volunteering and giving. Unfortunately, they are missing protective gear. And that's what we are asking you guys today to donate for. And it's important for me to stress, well, whether you think that the war needs to end today or not, it doesn't matter, because all we're asking is protective gear, such as helmet, such as night vision gear. And I can tell you, as someone that was raised in a war zone and is living now in a war zone, that nothing good comes from dead soldiers. It doesn't help win a war, and it doesn't help to end a war. And one last thing is that I'm going to address the elephant in the room. It's been more than a year since October 7, when we were caught by surprise. And yet here I am coming again, because I'm sure you heard it before in the last year a few times, asking you to donate money for gear for soldier. And you're probably asking yourself, why? I mean, you had a time as a country to get ready. And I completely agree. But I learned to accept that the many things that we need to change in Israel, whether it's going to be national priorities or reorganization, including in the army, it's only going to come after the war will end. And for me, what is the most important thing, two most important thing at the moment is obviously to bring back our hostages, and that my friend Elad will come back from Lebanon on his two legs alive. So thank you very much for listening, and back to you.
All right, thank you. And for those who want to donate, the link is in the WhatsApp message I sent. I'm going to also post it here in the chat. Thank you, Chen. And now we're very, very appreciative of my dear friend Oneg Shemesh, who's here to do Harmony for Heroes, and enjoy some music while you think of the donations you can make to help support Israeli soldiers. One of them is our friend Elad, who is right now in Lebanon. 4 of his unit members were killed over the past 2 days in Lebanon. Unfortunately, you heard about 12 soldiers killed. So we're here to make sure that doesn't happen anymore, and that everyone has the protective gear that they need. So I'm going to post the link. Enjoy Oneg's music for those who know him. He's a musician in Long Island who grew up in Israel, and a great Zionist and a great musician. So take it off. It's all yours.
Thank you, Rabbi. מי שברוח אבותינו, אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, יברך חיילי צבא ההגנה לישראל, שברח אבותינו, אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, יברך חיילי צבא ההגנה לישראל, העומדים על משמר ארצנו וערי אלוהים, העומדים בין בים בין ביבשה, העומדים בין בים ובין ביבשה, You sing with me. שברח אבותינו, אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, יברך חיילי צבא ההגנה לישראל, יברך חיילי צבא ההגנה לישראל, יברך חיילי צבא ההגנה לישראל.
All righty, thank you. For those who didn't know, that is the Misha Berach for Chayalei Tzal. Very. I honestly don't know who composed it. I heard the IDF cantor sing it several times. I'd love to know who composed it, but that is the very beautiful Misha Berach for Chayalei Tzahal. Thank you, Oneg. All right, what do we have next? Do we have another tune coming up?
Yeah. So I want to share an original that I composed after October 7 to give strength to the soldiers that were going into battle, and it's available for the streaming on Spotify. It's called Ki Hashem. Hashem Elokechem הולך עמכם להילחם לכם, כי השם אלוקיכם הולך עמכם להושיע אתכם, כי השם אלוקיכם הולך עמכם להילחם לכם, כי השם אלוקיכם הולך עמכם להושיע אתכם, כי השם אלוקיכם הולך להילחם לכם, כי השם אלוקיכם הולך להילחם לכם להושיע אתכם.
Oneg, if I can interrupt for a second, we're having a hard time hearing the guitar, and if there is a way to get the mic closer to the guitar, then that would be amazing.
The vocal sounds good, but the guitar is not coming through.
Yeah, it looks like Eddie here understands in music more than I do.
Okay.
You got a vocal
Is it coming
uniment.
through? Is it coming
So,
through a little bit or not at all?
Eddie, you want to tell us what it is?
practically none at all. We only hear the high pitches. So
Now,
all your
what about the
chords
rest of
are
you?
lost.
What about the rest of you? Do you hear the guitar or no?
Vaguely, not enough. If there's a way to amplify it, that would be great.
Yeah, I didn't set up a sound system here, so I
Uh,
apologize.
all right,
There's
so do we
nothing.
hear your voice pretty well?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
correct.
we'll just have to make do this time, and
Okay.
I appreciate it. All right, let's try it one more time. Ki Hashem Elohim Olam Imachem Leilachem Lachem Ki Hashem Elohim Olam Imachem Leoshia Ethem Ki Hashem Elohim Olam Imachem Leilachem Lachem Ki Hashem Elohim Olam Imachem Leoshia Ethem Ki Hashem Elohim Lech leilachem lachem Ki Hashem Elohim Lech leilachem lachem Ki Hashem Elohim Holech leilachem lachem. Sing with me wherever you are. Ki Hashem Elohim Holech leilachem lachem Ki Hashem Elohim Holech leilachem lachem Shia Ethem.
All righty. Thank you, Oneg. First of all, I just wanted to thank you again for you just stepping up there for speaking. I also wanted to acknowledge someone who's second only to Henrietta Sold on this call, and that is Heina Just, who's right here with us, the one and only, a true Zionist woman who's I can't even begin to tell you what she has done over the past year for the Zionist cause. She's really a true continuation of Henrietta Sold and other great Zionist women. I really just wanted to say this year has been obviously a traumatic year, but it's also been a year of stories, a year where we get to know each other via stories. I love the Israeli flag there. And it's been a year of stories. So many people we thought were just ordinary people turned out to be great heroes. So many people who we thought were just, boring people living somewhere became, incredible pieces of inspiration to so many of us. And it's also been a year of unity coming together to stand with Israel. I just want to share with you how quickly those things happen and how sometimes they come about. I think two people here I know only starting with social media. So obviously, Heina and your work with DMFI, but also Chen one night posted something about someone who's going to Miluim and he's having a hard time getting on the train. And I saw it and I said, you know what? I sent her a private message. I said, you know what? Send me his address. I'll send a taxi to bring him to Miluim, 6:30 in the morning. I got the driver, and I thought to myself, well, it's a bit of an expensive ride, but the guy's going to Miluim. He's doing much more than I'm doing, so I might as well. That's the least I can do. And then I thought to myself, you know what? He could be, I started self-doubting. I said, oh, he could be just sitting in for a coffee somewhere. Maybe he's in charge of, polishing the chief of staff's uniform. Who knows what he's doing? And then the next morning, he sends me a thank you message. He says, thank you. I'm on my way to Lebanon. And that's Elad, who's now our common friend who's now fighting in Lebanon. He was gonna come on the call, but he can't. He's in Lebanon right now. And so that's the story. It's a story of just these heroes that we don't know about, that need our help, and that so many of you have been there to help. So it's an ongoing effort. It's, like Churchill said, it's our a glorious moment, and never have so many owed so few. And obviously, the ultimate debt that we have is to those who are putting their lives on the line and fighting. So if you can, please take that link and share. And if you can donate, please donate. I'm going to post this also afterwards online, and keep asking people. Thank you. Actually, Elad sent me a picture of one of the helmets they have with bullets in it. So that protective gear saved someone's life. So Be'ezrat Hashem, no one should need this, but we are there to make sure that they have the protection they need. I also would like to thank everyone for being part of Making History, the first online Zoom musical fundraiser for Israeli soldiers. Hopefully many more to come. Thank you, Oneg. For those who don't know Oneg's music, please check it out online. He's fantastic. Thank you, Chen, for organizing this. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of this. And Be'ezrat Hashem, like Oneg sang, Ki Hashem Elokechem olech leilachem lachem. May God help us against our enemies. May He protect our soldiers. And may this war be won very quickly. May all the children, parents, brothers, sisters, even grandfathers in some cases come back home from their service safely.
Amen, amen, amen. And remember to vote.
Amen.
And remember to vote. Yes. Heina has her eye on the ball. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shavua Tov. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.